Michelle of Dorne, and welcome to my first Thursday tour. Today I'm going to be showing you the island of Dorne. This is actually my first completely done island, and it took a lot of debating to decide to flatten it, but I'm really happy with how my classroom eccentric Cottagecore theme is going. I figured, why not do a tour before it's gone forever? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. See you next time. Welcome to Dorne. I made the Dornish flag from Game of Thrones to match my island name more than my island theme. I changed that up this go around with my Cottagecore theme, but I was really proud of that because that was my first attempt at making a code. I hope you enjoy this tour and find inspiration, and I'm really excited to show it to you. I'll start out showing my map. There is me. There is Edvod, who is the hotel manager. Julian, Eric, Zell, Chevra, Sherb, Diana, Patty, Bruce, Billy, and Fuchsia. Here's the entrance. I had saved this under springtime. I would always change my entrance up based on the season, and it just so happened that my last save was during the springtime. Chevra is my favorite. Let's go. I'm not quite sure where to start. I guess we'll go around here. We'll start here. My little gnome chest. I'd come here frequently and play chess with him whenever I was bored or getting frustrated with the terraforming of the game, which was often. And then here's my campsite. I tried to make it so they had a little bit of everything that you could possibly need for camping, and even some privacy, so I clipped them off. They have their own little beach area, also fenced off for privacy. Just a little place to kind of sit, lounge out. Maybe you're doing your homework or studying or reading, doing your laundry. Little bike in case you want to get around. I tried really hard to decorate every little bit of my clipping. A little sneak away here to my resident services, which is also entirely clipped off. I couldn't figure out a way to make resident services look natural without clipping it off like this, which I ended up really liking it. It took a lot to flatten this island, honestly, but I really wanted to do something different. Here's my little crafting station because I was tired of always going back to my house for supplies. Around. There's a little beachside campfire, music hangout. Come down here. A residential beach. Has a sandcastle, a surf shop, lifeguard. You gotta make sure everybody's safe. More places to sit. And this just loops all the way around for the residents and them to do stuff. Another little bonfire with some music and another surfboard. Up here is a little sushi shop. Nothing better than fresh from the ocean that you can get it from, right? And then this was actually one of the very first builds I had ever done in Animal Crossing. It has stayed for a very long time. It's obviously evolved and changed as I've gotten items, but this little stage has stayed on this beach for almost a year. Or it's been a year. Wow. And here is my little clay pottery area. I just thought it was really good to put on the beach, and it's just another thing for the residents to be able to do. We're back at the music bonfire. Alright, and if you loop around, you have my nooks. I gave a little seating area and a view of some things that you might buy in nooks. Come down here. Oh, look at Chevron. Oh, look at Bruce. So cute. Come down here is my Ables. Decorating my Ables is one of my favorite things to do. I put a lot of detail into that because there's just so many items in the game that you can use to decorate Ables. Couldn't choose. I just wanted to do them all. Up the stairs, and here is my little market restaurant strip. This is also one of the first things I've ever built in Animal Crossing. Again, it's evolved immensely since I've started, but the stall was one of my favorite items to discover. And then when I saw people making shops and restaurants with them, I had to do it. I just had to do it. So here's my burger shop, and this sandwich shop. Come over here behind Nook, there's a little loopy round with a telephone box and a little tiny library. Up, my sushi shop, pizza, fortune cookie stand if you want some dessert, and if you want some real dessert, I made a little cake shop. This was an upgrade from what it used to be. It used to just have one little table and two chairs, and none of this behind there was back there. This was a little seasonal area as well, and I decided to just expand the sweet shop. So this is more of the cakes, and then this is supposed to be the ice creams. That's all my sweets. We'll come back down here, back at the beach. And if you come back here, this is a little secret beach. Just for me, because the villagers aren't supposed to get back here, because they can't hop over the water like that. This is technically my beach area. The place to sit and hang out my laundry. My little turtle. I love the snapping turtles. They're one of the best items in the game. And I loop around. I've got a little mushroom circle on my peninsula. And I just carry on to a little seating area with a lighthouse, just for some relaxing. And back at the sweet shop, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go this way, and then I'll loop back around and edit it out. This is my little flower shop. Again, one of the first things I ever built that went with my markets, but in this build I decided to separate them a little bit more from food to the non-food things. There is a way, yes. I don't have the ladder. Oh wait, I think I do actually. I did stop. I forgot to mention that I left a bunch of tools and clothes outside of Abel's and Nook's in my dream address, but I just didn't want to mess with them. But you can take the ladder up to this cliff and it takes you behind where the resident services is. And I set it up with all the festival items. Just for a pretty little extra decoration. Okay. This was all empty space and I had a hard time figuring out how to decorate it. I feel like I really like how it ended up and how it turned out. Okay, and then if you come over here, you can see it's kind of the start of my oddity shop. something I saw on Pinterest in the very beginning in the early days, and I had to have it. I didn't know how to fit it in, but the way this fit into my heart, like, I was so happy. This game can be very, very frustrating trying to fit the items that you want into the spaces that you want, and this went a lot smoother than I thought it would, and I come here all the time to just stare at it. More of a pathway, a little resting area. That scorpion scares me every time I come across that bridge, which is why I keep it there, honestly. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is loop back around. Okay, and we're back at the other side of the flower shop, and we're gonna come up this way, and this leads to the start of some residents. The first one we come across is Bruce. I gave him a little sushi shop because he has the nature hobby, so I figured he'd be fishing. And every one of my villagers has a shop or job of some sort, and so he got the sushi restaurant. Another little walkway. I like to put some rest stops on the pathway. You never know, walking can be kind of exhausting. You come up here, and here's Fuchsia. I also made sure every one of my villagers had their photo, a little seating area, something that reflects their hobby, and a street lamp. I love the street lamps. I use street lamps everywhere I can. In my next island, the Cottagecore island that I'm building, the one that actually this person is from, has so many street lamps already, and I haven't even really started. So I'm in love with street lamps. There is a YouTuber whose name is Tiny Libraries. She was one of the first YouTubers who I watched, and she uses her name Tiny Libraries because she loves the Tiny Libraries, and I always figured if I was going to go by that tactic, my name would be Street Lamp. This is Julian's yard. He is the fashion designer. I forgot to say Fuchsia is the hairstylist. I tried really hard to stick to the jobs that they were given in their profiles, but some of them didn't quite fit because I wanted to keep the horned villagers and I wanted to keep one of every villager type. So it was really hard to try and get everything that I wanted. Like Bruce is the one, he's not actually a sushi chef, but Julian is actually a designer and Fuchsia is actually a stylist. Patty is the pastry chef, so she gets the little bakery. And up here is Zell. He is a movie director. Okay. There's a little bear picnic. And we're back at that bridge where I looped around. So if we come back up this way, this is the museum start. This is almost like the little gift shop area where you can come and buy things from the museum. So you have the shirts and the hat. And then if you come down here, it's a little fishing area for the river fish. The fish are on display from the museum. And if you come up here, there's a little butterfly display. Billy! Hi, Billy! The little butterfly display. And over here is where all the fossils and dinosaurs are. The dig site was one of my first major builds. I love it so much. The idea of hiding the entire fossil behind there, or the illusion of a dig site, is people are so creative. I'm not gonna lie, half the idea 75% of this island is stolen from Pinterest. And the other percent is just me catering it to my theme and villagers. Um, Billy. Oh, Billy was the architect. That's right. That's why he's next to the museum. He just has this little area, but then the museum is also kind of his yard because he is the architect. This is Eric. Eric is a carpenter, so he just gets a little woodworking area. And then I'm going to loop around back to the front. So we're back at the entrance. And we went down here from the entrance and we looped around. So now we're going to come up here to the stairs. And one of my favorite parts of my island is my heart lakes. And this is the first one. You come up the steps to my mailboxes, and there's the first giant heart lake. And I stand here all the time to stare at it. Again, some parts of me are really sad that this island is gone. But then I'm really excited about the Cottagecore island that I am doing. A lot of decoration and cottagecore. The cherry blossoms mixed with the 5 a.m. is just so beautiful. We're going to take our first stop into the hotel. This is the main lobby of my hotel. I tried really hard to make it elegant, but not too extravagant. I love how perfectly the cornucopia from the Thanksgiving event fits on top of the snack machine. Perfect fit. I thought it was the cutest thing. Okay. In the back room, the back room is set up as a common room for the guests to sit at, to enjoy some music, read a book, relax, whatever they want to do with the other guests of the hotel, or anything that they don't want to do inside of their bedrooms. Now there is only 2 guest bedrooms of this hotel, so I guess that's not as many bedrooms as normal hotels have, but they both have themes. This is the mermaid room, or the underwater room. And on this side, we have the botanical room for all the greenery. If you don't want to be under the water, maybe you want to be more connected to the earth. The greens in this game are beautiful. Okay. Let's go downstairs. Downstairs is the spa. There's also a little toilet back behind there in case you need to use the bathroom. Upstairs. And upstairs is the laundry room and also a little cafe where you can get a little bit of coffee or something to eat, watch a little TV while you're waiting for your clothes to finish. This was one of my favorite builds. I thought it looked so cute. And that is the hotel. Back outside the hotel, if you go up past it and up the stairs, you'll come to my yard, which is the beginning of the 3 heart lakes. This is the smallest one. I gave myself a little pond and a seating area. And then I can sneak around back here. And I have another seating area that matches with the oddity shop down below. I love the perspective in the background too. And now onto my house. I built this house kind of like a normal house. This is just supposed to be the island resident living here, almost like the mayor. This is the mayor's house. This is my little area for when I come outside. I can hang up my coat and my shoes. A little seating area, my books, and my piano. Back room is my kitchen. My kitchen has actually changed the least out of all of my rooms. Yellow is my favorite color, so I would give anything to have a kitchen like this in real life. Stunning. The yellows are so perfect, and that carrot cake looks delicious. Over here, bathroom, and a little laundry room. I decided to separate it. I have a thing for laundry rooms. This game has such a unique variety of items, but at the same time so limited. Over on this side, this is my outdoor crafting section. This is for when I got tired of going outside all the time to do my crafting, and I didn't have a crafting table that fit in with any of my room themes. Decided, you know what? I'm just gonna make a room centered around the crafting table. So it's almost like an outdoor little patio over here where I can sit, watch my bonsai trees. Downstairs again, my game room. I know everybody does a game room in the basement, but how can you not with so many different kinds of pinball machines and arcade machines and games and this galaxy flooring and galaxy wall? When you pan like this, the effects are just amazing. And upstairs. This is my bedroom. It honestly reflects how I wish my real bedroom would look. I know it's a little dark, but this stormy wall is probably one of my favorite wallpapers in the game. It's beautiful and the lightning is so detailed. It's very easy to come up here and just sit and stare, leave the game running and let the wallpaper. If you didn't notice, there's two street lamps inside my house, and I actually had one down in the crafting room, so I even have street lamps in my house. And that's it for my house. Back down the stairs and up a little bit more is a little fruit stand where you can come back behind here and pick your own fruit from the fruit islands. I never liked having an entire orchard. The trees in this game block way too much. To have more than one tree dedicated to each fruit just seems like too much. So I just decided to throw some islands in a river and decorate them that way. I'm going to go up this way. After my fruit islands, over here I have a little gnome who crafts flower carts. These are all the components it takes to make a flower cart. There's wood, iron nuggets, and these flowers. Every time I needed a flower cart, I was tired of having to try and find the right flowers to make because I only have pink and yellow flowers. So it was always hard to find the red cosmos and the white hyacinths. So I decided time to finally just plant my own little flower cart farm. And that brings us back to the end of these two residents of Billy and Eric. If you come down the stairs here, it's the start of my stone garden. This ended up being the last part of my island because I was nervous of making it, and it went so smoothly and ended up looking so fabulous that I didn't know what I was procrastinating for. This is probably one of my favorite things in this game. I've yet to come across a build that I like more than this. This is for my ocean fishing and for my pond fishing. Up by the museum was river fishing, so this is my pond, and then ocean. I tried to get all three fishing. This just loops around. This goes up into a stargazing area. Celeste spawned there once, and it was so exciting. Coming back here, and then this back here, David's up there. It's a great view. Okay. And then you come back here, and this leads to Red's. And you can circle all the way around. Okay. Back at the bridge by the fruit stand, we come on over here. We'll start at the other residence. This one leads to Diana. Diana is my lawyer, and she gets the pretty yard. Even she has her own statue. She hangs out in her yard all the time. I see her sitting in this chair and looking at her flowers. It makes me so happy. And if you come this way, it'll take you to Sherb. Oh, hello, Edbod, the hotel manager. Up here is Sherb. Sherb is my painter and my artist. I love how his yard is set up right in front of the rock garden. So he has so much inspiration that he can paint from. He has the ocean he can look at, all these beautiful flowers. Another seating area along the bench, on the walkway. And this leads down. This is my little farmer's market. It's not much, but I didn't want it to be too big because I wanted the farm to really overtake it more than the actual farmer's market. I had a lot of markets already, a lot of stalls set up already, but I just wanted the farm to showcase more. It was another seasonal area. In the winter, it was a hot cocoa stand, and then I decided for spring to bring out the honey and the flowers, and the brightness, and all the yellows, the wonderful parts of this game. And this way is a little seating area for whoever's working on the farm to relax and look at the ocean. I have to say that when I first found out that you can stunt tree growth, it was a big game changer. I had a lot of trees that were blocking pathways that looked so bad. And then I found out you could do that, and I did that to pretty much every tree. Look how cute that is. How could you not? Hello, Diana. Another little seating area. And this leads into your chèvre, who is my favorite. I imprinted on her really hard. She is the teacher, and her yard is honestly what inspired me to want to do the classroom themed Cottagecore, because I had so much fun putting her classroom together. I want to be a teacher. It's just perfect. There's an entrance down here that also leads you to the park, but that's not the main entrance. So I'm going to bring it back around here. We have a little park rule sign. I adore that sign. And this brings you down to the little park where some kids can play, fenced in and safe. The parents can sit on the bench, watch the kids, see what they're doing. A sandbox, and off to the side here for some quietness. If you wanted to play a round of chess with your friends, that leaves you to do so. And down more, my carnival. It's a beachside carnival. It extends all of this bottom half. I had a hard time figuring out what to do with my beaches, and the carnival was one of the first things that I did. Actually, this was on my original build of an island before I started the Cottagecore theme, when I very first started the game. Another stolen from Pinterest thing. It's beautiful. I couldn't not. I used to have a little carpet with a picnic basket, but I thought that was more elegant. Ping pong table. This is more part of the park too. Adult area for the people to play ping pong. Pathway leads back up to the beach. Just little seating areas on the beach for the villagers to sit and relax. Maybe after a long day at the carnival, sit and have their talk. Brings you up to another little juice stand. Had a long day at the beach, you need something to drink. And then you can come along this way, and it shows you that this takes you up to the fishing spot that was up here from the ocean. And if you peek back behind here, there's my little spider crab. And that brings you back up to the rock garden and the fishing spot. At the entrance to the park and the farm, I have a little double bridge over here. I didn't have many areas to use a bridge, so I had extra. I thought, why not use a double bridge? It's beautiful. I know I use beautiful a lot, but a lot of the details in this game are just stunning, and I can't really think of another adjective to use other than beautiful. There's a reason why I love this game so much. This leads over to my cafe and my reading area. This is the tribute to all the normals and the like who always ask for the book club and a place to sit. This was my answer to that. Oh, hello, Diana dear. Are you going to join us down here? Oh, you are. Well, isn't that fabulous? I'm going to scoot on past you a little bit. Oh, hello, Diana. And this leads us down to my marine biology place. Getting all the sea creatures for this was such a pain in the butt, but worth it. Diana, believe it or not, comes down here all the time. I thought it would be Chèvre, but no, it's Diana. More down on the beach. This is the pier for the person who does the collecting. You go down and put on their suit and go get some more collecting done and maybe some samples, some studies, some more stuff. Or maybe even just to take their break on the hammock or build more sandcastles. And then I believe that brings us back to that out on the entrance. And that's everything. Thank you so much for joining me on my tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. This island had so many tears and frustration poured into it that I wouldn't take back the world. It really helped me through a lot this year. And as beautiful it is, I'm happy to move on. So I'm going to wish you a goodbye, and I hope you have a great evening.